Michael always woke up before his wife, Claire. Every morning, he'd slip out of bed, careful not to wake her, and make coffee while the house was still quiet. It was their routine, but one morning something felt wrong. As he poured his coffee, he noticed the bedroom door was still shut. Usually, Claire would have stirred by now. He listened. The house was silent. Too silent. Curious, he walked back to the room and cracked open the door. Claire was sitting up in bed, stiff, too stiff. Her hands were folded in her lap, fingers twitching slightly. Her face was turned toward him, but her eyes. She wasn't blinking, her lips parted. "Good morning." Michael froze. Something about her voice made his skin prickle. It was Claire's voice, but not quite. The tone was off, too slow, almost like she was repeating something she had heard. "Are you okay?" he asked, hesitating at the doorway. Claire didn't move, didn't breathe. Then a fraction too late, she blinked. Once, twice. Then she smiled. "Of course, darling," she said. Michael's stomach twisted. It wasn't just her voice, it was her mouth. The way she formed the words seemed wrong, too careful, too deliberate, like someone who had learned to speak by watching. He forced a chuckle. "All right, well, I'll get breakfast started." Her head tilted, a little too far. The smile stayed frozen in place. Then in that same slow, rehearsed voice, she whispered, "Okay." Michael backed out of the room, closing the door. His hands were shaking. His mind screamed at him that something was wrong. This was not Claire. He hurried to the kitchen, grabbed his phone and texted her. "Are you feeling okay?" A minute passed, then another. Then from the bedroom, he heard his wife's voice. "Why did you text me?" Michael's blood ran cold. The voice wasn't coming from the phone. It was coming from behind him. Slowly, he turned. Claire was standing in the hallway, her head still tilted, her eyes too wide, too empty. The phone vibrated in his hand. A message had come through from Claire. "I'm fine. Just woke up. Where are you?" His breath hitched. The thing wearing his wife's skin took a slow step forward, and then it grinned.